Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Pentiment. In the last episode, we helped Sister Illuminata get some books back, and we were able to persuade her not to burn one of the books. We have it, we will take it far away from Tassing, far away from the Abbey, and we shall keep it safe. Now, we could go get some dinner with Otto, however, first things first, what was Ferenc up to? I wonder what Prior Ferenc was doing with this book. So it's Ex Libris? Libsis? I can't read this. This is not... Also, let me start my timer going before I forget. There we are. Okay. Yeah, I think this is Latin. I wonder what Prior Ferenc was doing with this book. From the Library of the University of Five Churches. The Hungarians call it Pex. That's where Ferenc is from. Doctor of Theology, George of Gran. A friend of his? Did Ferenc steal this? I mean... Maybe the book came from this library, in which case he wouldn't have needed to steal it. He would have just... taken it to read. Yeah, maybe it's a friend of his. A friend of his? Oh, okay. Yeah, I cannot read this. A text on astronomy, it looks like. I'm not familiar with it. Sloppy bookhand. Couldn't have been produced by an abbey of note. Bastard script. Burgundian? Flemish? Not from here and not recently. Oh. So it's not written in a usual language. And it's also been produced rather sloppily. Yeah, if that's the case, then where did he get it from? Sloppy bookhand. Couldn't have been produced by an abbey of note. Oh, flippin' heck. That's definitely Ferenc's handwriting, between the lines and in the margins. Is he notating the text for a university in Pex? Is he notating the text for his personal use? Is he notating the text for the benefit of future readers? I mean, here's the thing, he's damn near writing over some of the script. This is not... If this is for a university for the benefit of others, then he is... No. He is not succeeding. This has to be for personal use. Is he notating the text for his personal use? In any case, it's a thorough commentary. Oh. What's this? It looks scribbled. Not like Ferenc to be so sloppy. And he didn't even blot the ink dry. Yeah. Hang on a minute. These are the Zodiac. These are the Zodiac. I know my Zodiac when I see it. Yeah, right there, that's Taurus. That's mine. Libra, Capricorn, Aries. All astrological symbols. What's written below? Maybe I should have learned Greek or something. No, we can read Greek. Greek, to be sure. OSBCGOEXU? That doesn't make any sense. That's not even a word, just a jumble of letters. This must be some kind of cipher. What's the key? Wait, the Volvel I found also has Greek letters on it. They must be connected, but how? The outer ring of the Volvel is marked with alchemical symbols, but this cipher has astrological symbols. There's something I'm missing. I suppose I'll figure it out in due time. But I'll copy this down now to reference later. Okay. Okay, so we have a piece of the puzzle, but not quite all of it. That was the cemetery. Let's head out. Let's find Otto. leads to the church. Yeah, he said he was working it by the guest house. That's out front. If they're eating... No, they wouldn't be eating in the... Oh, I tell a lie. Apparently they are. Hello. Hello, Lucas. God give you health. Are you too, Sabat? Hey, Piero. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. What are you up to, Ferenc? What are you up to? Good day, Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. Yeah, when the brothers eat their meals, this is where the lector reads to them. God bless you, Andreas. Yeah, I hope your throat is doing okay. This was the man with the beautiful voice. God bless you, Andreas. Why didn't you give me the money? God bless you, Andreas. And brother Guy. Good day, Andreas. Okay. Okay, enjoy your meal. I wonder what they're having. I mean, well, these two clearly have boar, they have bread. Looks like they're eating some kind of a salad, maybe? Pardon me? Okay, still let's go have our own lunch. Yes, to the lower abbey. I believe this is the guest house. Oh, hello again. It's you! The dickhead! Go away, Andreas. Can't you see I'm busy? Oh, this man is a little shit. Is he even a man? He could be a boy. He's either a very short man or a teenager. Not really. What are you doing? I thought we could have a pleasant conversation. Wait, no, there is no pleasant conversation with Martin. There is no pleasant conversation here. Not really. What are you doing? Mind your own business. Fine, you're right. It doesn't concern me. I'm only curious, and curiosity is a virtue. You're a scoundrel, always up to no good. I'm keeping my eye on you. I'm definitely thinking this. I'm feeling this in my heart, but I don't know if I'd necessarily go up to him and say that. He's just going to tell us to piss off. We'll give it a go. I'm only curious, and curiosity is a virtue. Yep. What did I say? I know you, Martin. I know you. You're nothing but a snoop and a windbag. Piss off. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay. Martin being a prick. Ooh. Very nice. Oh, Miklas, I believe this was the Baron's man. He went off to take care of his horses. God be with you, Andreas. Okay. Have a nice dinner, sir. And hello. Good day, Master Mailer. Ah, Andreas, good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. Afternoon, Endris. Otto. Clara did give me your message. Sorry I missed you this morning. I was still asleep when you came by. Ah, the abbot really lets you get away with anything, doesn't he? Leave him be, Otto. I'm hungry. Let's pray. I'm going to assume that's Lord, yep. Bless us, O Lord, and these your gifts, which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. 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 How did the morning treat you? I've had a bad morning, barely got anything done, and my neck's aching anyway. No. I mean, I would say we had a pretty decent morning. We managed to save a book from being burned. We worked on our masterpiece. Piero gave us some really good advice about, like, find your own style, paint what you see, rather than just regurgitating someone else's work. I think that was a good morning. How did the morning treat you? Not too bad, thanks. My damned hand split in timber to replace a bad beam in the abbot's house. Oh, select food to eat. Oh, sheep's milk, cheese, rye bread, and almond. I wouldn't eat the almonds. I have a slight allergy to almonds. It wouldn't kill me. I just struggle to breathe a bit afterwards. So yeah, I wouldn't be having that. But the cheese and the bread. Oh, what do you have? I want to see what you have. We'll start on the almonds. Get them out of the way. It's not that bad of an injury, it just galls me that the abbot bleeds us dry and we're expected to do work here when it suits him. I think the cheese is going to be the best thing. Save the best till last. That's what I always do when I'm eating. So we'll eat the bread. Oh, it's not all that bad. I get a lot of good work from the abbey. Casting pilgrim's badges isn't really smithing, but I don't mind. And the cheese. Delicious, delicious cheese. Anyway, I saw you walking with that Baron Rothvogel in the meadow on your way up here. What's all that about? He's here to check on a commission. I understand he was friendly with Father Matthias. I think he may be here to pressure Brother Piero to finish the manuscript he's working on. As far as I can tell, he's come to terrorize the people of Tassing and Cursow. I mean, in the short time that he was on screen, he got yelled at by, I think, oh God, what was it? I think he was called Lucky. We were there when he got yelled at by Attilia. The nuns all, exited when he arrived on the scene. So many of the priests are kind of like, oh, what, like we need to go get him. We need to, please him. We need to make sure that he has a good stay. Oh, they're like, the brothers are in a tizzy about all of this. I I want the gossip. I want the gossip. These seem like pretty, plain Jane answers. This, to me, is like, hey, he's here to terrorize the people. What do you think of that? Give me the gossip. As far as I can tell, he's come to terrorize the people of Tassing and Cursow. Oh, right. I saw him get into it with Lucky this morning. I'm not one for gossip, but that can't be good for anyone. Didn't I see the Widow Kemperin? There we go. Didn't I see the Widow Kemperin get into it with you two as well? It seems like the Baron left more than one bad impression on his last visit to Tassing. Well, tell me about it. Tell me about the last visit. Father Matthias knew him well, but he had misgivings about the man. Oh. What kind of misgivings? He does seem like he has an unsavoury side to it. If he's pissed... Here's the thing, this doesn't seem like a large village. It seems relatively small. So the number of people he's pissed off, that's concerning. What kind of misgivings? Oh, he's a womanizer and he's committing adultery. Oh, that he fools around with young women. He's married, of course. Otto, that's only gossip, and it isn't Christian to spread rumours like that. No, spread them. Tell me more. Which women? Which women? I want to know. Oh, and he's beating up people. Hold the phone. Rannig Kemper, the late husband of Attilia. Okay. Well, no wonder she's pissed off at him. He beat up her husband. It's not gossip that he beat up that farmer a few years back. Old Rannig, may he rest in peace. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But if he did that, yes, it speaks poorly of his character. We had a long conversation on our way up here, but he didn't mention anything about that. He beat someone? That doesn't seem like the sort of thing he would do. Well, of course he's not going to mention beating up an old man. He was trying to be charming. And again, he was trying to be charming. If you're trying to be charming, you're not going to come across as a thug. I'm more so drawn to this one. We had a long conversation on our way up here, but you didn't mention anything about that. What did you talk about then? I mean, no offence, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? He talked to me about my work. He's fascinated by both art and books. Martin Luther, my time at university, a variety of other things. He's quite well educated. He could sense my inherent moral quality, Otto. Considering we talked about occult matters, I don't necessarily want to get into the specifics. He talked to me about my work. He's fascinated by both art and books. Of course, that's what he's interested in when he's at the Abbey. If he's in tassing, he's chasing girls or harassing peasants. And because he's friendly with the abbot, no bad would ever come to him. It's galling. If you can hear my stomach rumbling, I do apologise. It's been a while since I had my own dinner. I do apologise. And because he's friendly with the abbot, no bad would ever come to him. It's galling. This bitterness and envy are not good for our Christian souls, Otto. It's not envy, Endris. No one should get away with what he does. What this Abbey does. And no offence to you, Andreas. I don't have any problem with the books the Abbey makes. I mean, I never did learn to read, but if people are paying the Abbey to make them, it doesn't bother me. No, I understand. I see why people resent the Abbot's rule. He's a harsh lord. I think you're being unfair. The Abbey does tassing a lot of good, more than you realise. I mean, it seems like the people can't afford the rents. And that's... I mean, we were trying to get money for Clara. We failed. I think that Andreas would be a little salty about Father Gano. No, I understand. I see why people resent the Abbot's rule. He's a harsh lord. Oh, Otto, did you see the Bower's sheep escape the grazing fields again? Endris trying to be a nice little diplomat. Let's not gossip. Let's not talk about that. Talk about the sheep instead. Oh, Otto, did you see that the Bower's sheep escaped the grazing fields again? No, but I'm not surprised. Martin was supposed to fix that fence, and he probably did a bad job at it, probably. If he even attempted at all. He's always in a foul mood, and he could be the laziest soul in tassing. He can't even hold a hammer properly. Married? He's married? And he's got a kid? I guess he's just short then. Well, then they do say at a young age. Maybe he's like 8, but then again, this is the 1700s. He could be like 16. Gee, who are his wife and child? Can we get them away from him? They deserve better. Martin seems like a right prick. I can't imagine he's that much better to his wife or his kid. Like, can we do something for his missus and his kid? Married and a father at such a young age, and he barely lifts a finger for his wife or child. On top of that, he's a damned thief. And before you say it, Endris, that's more than just gossip. Look at him over by the guest house. He's probably figuring out what he can steal with the least amount of effort. Oh. I admit he seemed less than helpful when I saw him this morning. He's a born shirker, sure enough. I know one when I see one. He's just a boy. He still has time to change. I mean... If we were being incredibly Christian, then we should probably say this, but here's the thing. He's got a wife and a child. He doesn't have the time to change. He needs to be doing that now. He needs to be doing that pronto. Especially considering he's living in a place where the Abbey seems like it's putting up its rent. You know, he needs to make sure that his wife and child have, you know, they have food in their belly, clothes on their back, a roof over their heads. He doesn't have time to change. He needs to have already done that. He should have done that when he got married. He's a born shirker, sure enough. I know one when I see one. Yes. Especially when you look in a mirror. Speaking of the Bower's sheep, their ewes are shorn and the women will be spinning it soon, Otto. I got it, Endris. No need to tease. What God wants to happen will happen. Looks like a storm's coming. We should probably get back to it. Right, I'll catch up in a moment, Endris. Oh, Andreas, say hello to Eva for me if you get a chance. That was Clara and... Is her husband also called Peter? But that's Clara's stepdaughter, if I remember correctly. Oh, Andreas, say hello to Eva for me if you get a chance. Oh, we shouldn't be looking... He's clearly sweet on her. He's clearly sweet on her. This just seems scummy, like... I don't think... He seemed like... If he's actually in love with her, or, you know, wants to be in an actual proper relationship, he's not just looking to hit it and quit it. If he wants to marry the girl, then I don't think Andreas would be skeezy about that. Of course. I should return to work in the scriptorium. Until later. Oh... Time to get back to work. Okay, but where does this lead? Okay, the Abbot house, and it is locked. Alright. So why are you... You're now just stood in the rain. Sir. God, Oh, hello. Hello there. I don't know what Martin is up to. I think it's potentially very likely that he could be there to steal something. They've got a baron staying as their guest. He's bound to have valuables. Like, it seems very uncharitable to say, oh, he's there to steal something, but given his character, I'm like, probable. More than likely. God bless you, Andreas. Hello, Brother Matthew. What are you doing out here? I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Kersau sacrist, I tend to the shrine of St. Moritz. He is the patron of Tassing and Kersau both, so it is my duty to ensure his reliquary is well cared for. The shrine is always beautifully kept. Whenever I visit, I always leave inspired. I don't understand the fuss. It's only it's the hand of a saint. That's why there's a fuss. The shrine is always beautifully kept. Whenever I visit, I always leave inspired. The martyrdom of St. Moritz provides inspiration to us all. You are familiar with the life of St. Moritz, are you not? I've been so focused on my masterpiece, I never had a moment to learn about St. Moritz. I'm afraid I don't make a habit of learning about every saint I come across. Let's not be rude. I've been so focused on my masterpiece, I never had a moment to learn about St. Moritz. Well, you ought to learn something about Tassing's patron saint while you're here. Yeah, I would love to learn about this person, by all means. St. Moritz is most widely known for his martyrdom at the hands of the Romans. He protected a town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn he and his legion were decimated. What do you mean, his legion? Wouldn't that mean he was a Roman soldier? Sounds dreadful. I believe in You know when you click on something and it brings up like a little glossary? I believe they said that Moritz was an Egyptian-born Roman soldier. So yeah, he was Roman. I presume this is before Christianity had spread to Rome. So I presume a Roman soldier, and he became Christian, and then his former companion said, yeah, no, get stabbed. What do you mean, his legion? Wouldn't that mean he was a Roman soldier? Yes, he was a Roman citizen, and led a legion made up entirely of Christians into Bavaria. Okay, no, so this was when Rome was Christian, okay. When he refused to kill the Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome, the emperor had his legion massacred. Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing only this, if anything, about his life. However, Tassing venerates St. Moritz because he was the one to convert the town and save it from destruction. Yes, I've been hearing about some of the pagan history in town. St. Moritz came here. Well, I presume that this is the town that he defended, and that's why they venerate him so. Yes, I've been hearing about some of the pagan history in town. There are some in Tassing who still cling to the pagan traditions. Yes, God save them. St. Moritz and his legion were snowed into this pass, and the pagan townsfolk refused to aid them. The daughter of the town's leader, Satya, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. Yes, Satya's, is it Satya's spring? Satya's shrine. One of the two. The daughter of the town's leader, Satya, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. She led Moritz to a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, the snow melted, revealing all manner of fruits. Moritz and his legion were saved by these miraculous gifts. The town was converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains. What happened to Satya? So how did Moritz's hand end up in Tassing? That all sounds a bit far-fetched, doesn't it? Well, here's the thing. This is a story that will have been passed down, person to person. Everyone is going to have had a different retelling. And it's about a saint. Saints need miracles, and, things are gonna get... They're gonna be made to seem more grand than they actually were. He probably converted a couple of people, maybe refused to kill them. He got killed, and then the townsfolk were so moved by his sacrifice that they were like, oh shit, this poor man. And then over the course, it's like, oh, he converted the entire town. And there was snow. It was probably winter, but it didn't melt immediately. And it's been made more miraculous in each retelling. I mean, this was probably the town. Yeah, what happened to Satya? What happened to Satya? She too was martyred for her faith by the rebels inhabiting the town. Now her shrine protects Tassing from harm. What an astounding story. Thank you for the history lesson, Brother Matthew. Huh. You can't just say huh after hearing that. What an astounding story. Thank you for the history lesson, Brother Matthew. You are welcome, Master Mailer. God bless you. Until later, brother. Very interesting. Oh, hello, Andreas. Hello, Karl. You seem busier than usual today. I'm behind in my work. I went up to the shrine of St. Moritz this morning to pray for his aid. The candle I lit had all but burned away. I was there so long. Now I need to catch up. Do you go to the shrine very often? Your dedication to St. Moritz is impressive. If I'm ever in a church that long, I must have fallen asleep. Yeah, do you go to the shrine very often? I usually go every autumn for a good harvest. Now that Helena's pregnant, I've tried to go pray every week. Her mother had trouble in childbirth, so I've been paying visits to Moritz's hand and Satya's shrine to pray for their aid. I hope that the saints hear your prayers. You would be better off preparing for the child than praying to the saints. Do you really think the saints will hear you? I mean, here's the thing. For the vast majority of history, the most dangerous thing a woman could do was get pregnant. I mean, it was common in Tudor times. When a woman got pregnant, it was very common that she would have her portrait painted, because that would be the only thing the child would have to know what their mother looked like. It was such a certainty that, oh, you're pregnant, well, you're going to die. You're going to die giving birth to the kid, so we need a picture of you so that the kid knows what you look like. It was such a foregone conclusion. It was just assumed. I feel this. Does he know what he needs? Is he a medical man? This man is clearly very religious. As long as they also prepare, what's the harm in praying? As long as they have actual preparations for the childbirth and he believes that it will help, there's no harm in it. You'd be better off preparing for the child than praying to the saints. This reminds me of I am almost out of time. I can see my timer. I'm just gonna tell this story very, very quickly. The first man I ever dated, I was 22. He was about 30. He would have been 33. There was an 11-year age gap, which should have been my first red flag. But I was very young and very dumb, and to be brutally honest, he was the first person to ever show any kind of romantic interest in me. So I just kind of thought, like, oh, well, this is all I can get. This is all I'm ever going to be able to achieve, so fuck it. Like, I might as well just settle. He was a very militant atheist. I would describe myself as an atheist, but I'm very much like are you hurting anyone with your beliefs? No, then you do you. I really don't care what you believe. I care that it makes you happy. I care that it makes you fulfilled. But as long as you're not hurting anyone with your beliefs, like, you do you, babe. But he was a very militant atheist. And I remember him coming to me and saying, Kallista, I've got a bunch of people yelling to me on Facebook. I pwned this Christian with my atheist truth, and people are so upset about that. Like, oh, why are they being such bitches? And I was like, well, what did you say? What happened? This lady posted on her own page, I gather she was like a friend of his family or something, but she posted on her own page, hey, just so you're aware, you all know that my daughter has leukemia. We've received word from the doctors that the treatment isn't going well. Please send your prayers. Please pray for her. On her own page. I would just like to add, she was posting about her child with leukemia on her own page. And my ex, in response to this, said, why bother praying? Praying won't do her any good. You'd do much better going to a doctor. God doesn't exist. If she dies, your daughter isn't going to go into heaven. She's just going to go in the ground. And he couldn't understand why people were upset about that. People went off on him, rightly so, because that is fucking awful. That is an awful thing to say. And he was just like, I don't get it. I just spoke the truth. This reminds me of that. As long as they have actually prepared, I don't see how praying would do any harm. If he believes that this will do good, as long as they have actual physical preparations, I don't see how this is harmful. I hope that the saints hear your prayers. Thank you, Andreas. So do I. Okay, I guess maybe these are pilgrims and he led them up to the shrine, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Either way, I am just about out of time for this episode. In the next one, we head back to work. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below. And if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episode.